Here is the article in Science site about Philistines, which in fact are Palestinians, just renamed in time. We are going to look at the data for the genes that was found, and the data is very intriguing. These are genetic data of ancient people, isolated and shown what they are for the area where Palestine was. We see that the first three have different genetics than the subsequent samples. This tells us that the first settlers were replaced by others who came after them. Since the first are only women, we can only judge from this genetics what happened to be isolated and identified. From this page we can see that the mitochondrial gene H66A is most common in Ireland and neighboring countries. Other countries are noted on the page, but one of them is Iraq, and the others are not of interest to us because they are distant or connected in the displacement of the Irish. We look at Damien et Hope's paper on the distribution of genes in the so-called out of Africa, and we see that the N gene is very ancient at 65,000 years, and it was found south of the Caspian Sea in what is now Iran. On Wikipedia, it says that there are disputes about how the N gene appeared, but it is accepted that it is there with the Middle or Near East, now Iran. And we see on the map that it spread to Europe as well. Two genes have already been linked to Europe since the first settlers. We see that U3B1A spread in Iran, Armenia, Bulgaria and others such as Iraq, Turkey and Yemen. But in general, according to the data for the first settlers, it turns out to be of European and even Balkan, even Bulgarian origin. Here, the site about genetics does not help us much. But we see Italy. We will look at the map of the other countries as well. We also see that it is more than 7,000 years old. We see Algeria, Iran, Turkey, Greece, Saudi Arabia and Italy on the map. The gene is Mediterranean. It is normal to be there in Palestine. These are the settlers we are looking for information about, and we assume they are Palestinians. For this gene H92, this time on the map we see again Saudi Arabia and Italy, Croatia, Greece and Iraq. Mediterranean genes again. For H92 we see again Saudi Arabia and Italy, but also Croatia. For the I1 gene, the map shows us that it is almost everywhere. But we notice Iceland and Ireland, as well as the Mediterranean like Turkey, Tunisia, Egypt and Syria. It didn't help us much. But Iceland has a lot of this gene, but it's hard to say they're Icelandic. We see that this gene is also very widespread, but they dominate as very widespread in Bulgaria, Libya and Albania as well as the Mediterranean. Apparently, this gene is also ancient, and here it didn't help us much. We see that this gene is European from the next group of settlers during the Iron Age. That's why it says I2 on the left for them, and before it was 1. Unfortunately, the gene is in countries like Canada, France, Austria and Ukraine, and it doesn't help us. We see Algeria, Bulgaria and Italy for H4A1. Bulgaria is also mentioned in the Mediterranean. This is good because it helps us several times. The Mediterranean and Bulgaria have already appeared. Let's look at the H gene because it's old and gives us some weird information. On the Wikipedia page for the hash gene, we understand that it is located in Syria, southern Italy, and in the Paglici cave it was even found on a 28,000-year-old man. On the next page from Wikipedia, we learn that the gene is very common in Europe, with 41% of Europeans having it. Among those who have it are the Palestinians, the Syrians, and in Iraq. We see that the JT gene is everywhere on the map, but a lot of it is the Mediterranean, as well as the Balkans, such as Bulgaria, Greece and Turkey, but also the Middle East. Malaysia, where Palestine is. So for the settlers we can generalize that they are from the Mediterranean, such as Greece, Turkey, Italy and Bulgaria. As before Ramses III, which must be before the Iron Age there. After Ramses III and the Iron Age 1, which is the second group we examined. And the third as well. But we can conclude that although few groups, also called haplogroups, have been isolated from the remains found and compared, they have shown us that the Palestinians are from the Mediterranean and in particular the Balkans and Anatolia. Genes of Palestinians and Bulgarians are H4A1, JT, T1A1, U3B1R, although there are only 4. It does not mean that we have finished our research. For example, the X2 gene is distributed in France and Austria. And as mentioned before in the video about the genetics of Bulgarians and Europeans, these Western countries share in general about 70 of Bulgarian genes. Watch the previous clip. And the genes, I1, H92 inches and T2CE1C, are Mediterranean, which are also very close to Bulgarians. And the N gene is European in general. Practically, all are Bulgarian, Mediterranean and European, from which we can conclude that they are very close to the Bulgarians. If we have more genes for analysis in subsequent samples, we can achieve even better results. But this is enough for us. And now let's find out why they are Bulgarians. On the Wikipedia page about Palestinos, we understand that he is the son of Poseidon and committed suicide in the river which was later named Strymon, and now we say Struma. Southwestern Bulgaria. From the book of Pseudo-Pausanias we get the whole story. Namely, that Poseidon's son Palestinos killed himself in the river Knossos, which was later named Palestinos, because his son Haliacmon went to war instead of him and was unwise and therefore was killed. Palestinos out of grief killed himself in the river then named Knossos. But Strymon, the son of Ares and Hellas, also killed himself in the river Palestinos, and therefore it was named Strymon. In general, the river is quite dangerous, so many people have committed suicide in it. Better just fish in it. Don't think about other things. I'm just saying. Please subscribe, like the video, thumbs up and share, or you will not learn the truth that will set you free. And YouTube itself does not try to show you the videos of the channel because there is no monetization and no ads.